This is Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Unbeaten Shakiel Thompson. Shakiel, how are you?
I'm all good, thanks. How are you, then?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. You're only a few days away from your next outing, Sunday, Super Sunday, they're calling it,
Yeah,
boxer show on Sky Sports. Last time we spoke, it's probably about a year and a half ago. You were still in kind of search of that big promoter to get behind you, despite the obvious talent. Tell us
yeah,
how it came about that you've signed up with Boxer. I believe this is your second fight with them.
yeah. It's my second fight with him. So I fought on one of Kevin Marie's shows in Manchester, and Ben Shalom was in the crowd. He was there, and I stopped my opponent, and he was really impressed. He come over and spoke with me, Kevin, my team. He said that he's wanting to work with us, so I left it with my team to sort that out, and now I'm signed with him. So yeah, it's really good, and I'm glad I'm signed with him.
What was it specifically that impressed Ben? What did he say to you after the fight?
He just said that I've got really good boxing skills. I'm assuming what impressed was like I said, simply my boxing skills and the way I stopped him. It was a real demolition job what I did on my opponent. So yeah, I'm assuming that's why it was entertaining for everyone.
You don't get many 6'3" fighters that make middleweight, although in your last fight you nearly made super welter, which was a bit of a shock. 155, just £1 over the championship limit.
Yeah,
Where do you feel more effective? Which weight?
I'm staying at middleweight.
Yeah.
So yeah, middleweight's my weight.
So last time out, was that kind of testing the water just to see how it felt?
Just testing the water. I could easily make super water, but just I feel better at middle, and I'm still growing, etc. So yeah, we'll stay here.
You must get a lot of calls. I think we talked about this last time for sparring because of your unique skill set. You're so tall, rangy, southpaw as well, that you must get a lot of people wanting you in for sparring. Maybe not so keen to fight you for real
I don't really get that many people wanting to spar, to be quite honest.
though. Fair enough.
Probably because I'm a tall southpaw, and there's not really that many of them. About some people aren't gonna be fighting anyone like me, so I don't really get that many calls. But I have had some world class sparring in the past, so and have done recently. Most recent was Kieran Conway, a really good kid, when he was fighting in America against I forgot his name, but another Southpaw. So yeah, the odd few, yeah, but not a lot.
Who would you say is the best you've sparred so far?
Villager.
Yeah, what sets him apart? Because I know there's talk that he might make a comeback soon as well. Two-weight world champion, of course. What for you sets him apart?
He's a very smart boxer in the ring, and very sharp. So that's what sets him apart. The way he uses his brain in there, the way he feints, the way he will act tired, but he's not tired. He just uses his brain a lot in there.
That's good stuff. How tough has it been so far for you to get matched? Because, as I say, the talent's obvious. You've got brutal power, but I can see on the flip side of that why people might avoid you.
I've had probably about 3, 4 opponents meant to be for Sunday, and majority of them have pulled out. I was meant to be fighting at 8-0, with the exact same record as me, this Sunday, but he pulled out yesterday, so they've got someone else now. So yeah, also on the Manchester card, boxers card. I was meant to be fighting Jack Kilgannon. Well, I called him out, but he didn't want the fight. So is what it is. Those big fights will come soon. Those names will come. So yeah.
How frustrating is that for you? Because you're dominating this level of opposition you've been fighting. I think it's obvious to most people watching you could go up several levels, but they don't want to get in with you.
It is frustrating because when I fight opposition, the better opposition I fight, the better I look. So it is frustrating because no one's seen what it is I can do. When I'm fighting these opposition at the minute, they're not bringing out the best what I can do. So when I fight someone on similar opposition to me and similar skill level, then you'll see exactly what it is I can do. So yeah, it's frustrating.
How do you assess the domestic scene currently at middleweight? Kind of, You know, we saw Denzel Bentley recently go over to the US and fight Zanibek, gave a good account of himself. Then you
Yeah.
got just below that, I guess, the likes of Linus Adofia, maybe even Danny Dignam. Where do you see, who do you see as the main guys at your weight, and how far away do you feel you are from mixing it with them?
Yeah, Denzel Bentley boxed really well. I watched that fight. So yeah, that guy usually stops or knocks his opponents out. So he boxed really well to in that fight. So yeah, I see myself up on that level already. I just need to keep getting the experience, working my way up there. There's Tyler Denny, the English champion. I'll happily fight him in my next fight. I'll happily fight him on Sunday if that opportunity came. So yeah, these are the fights that I want, Denny.
We see Tyler Denny in his last fight outbox a bigger opponent, or certainly taller and rangier. Without giving away too much of a potential game plan for the future, what do you do? How do you utilize your size and your range to offset someone like that, someone who comes forward, rolls in, and is quite aggressive?
You'll see if that fight gets made. He won't be able to do that to me. He won't be able to outbox me.
I like the confidence. But yeah, it's a very exciting time domestically in the middleweight division, probably the best it's been in a while. How excited are you? Because you said that, you know, you feel you're there ability wise now, but how excited are you to really join that mix?
I'm really excited. I just wish that I could get in that mix right now, fighting the likes of Tyler Denner, etc. Everyone. So yeah, I just can't wait to get in that mix and to show everyone what it is I can actually do. Because like I said, no one's people have seen 40% of what it is I can do. We haven't seen anything.
Well, the day before your next fight, there's a good domestic middleweight fight taking place on the Parker Ryder bill between Hamza Shiraz and River Wilson Bent, who
Oh
shared
yeah.
obviously those two fights with Tyler Denny previously. What do you make of Hamza Shiraz? Obviously, not long come up from 154.
He's a good boxer himself. Full respect to him. I'll happily jump in there with him, and put him towards his, give him a test. I feel I'll beat him. So yeah,
Is there anyone you wouldn't jump in with domestically? You sound like you'd be ready for anyone.
I just want the fights, Danny. I know what it is I can do. My team know what it is I can do. The only people who don't know is yourselves and everyone else who hasn't seen me, for example, spar world champions, etc. So I just want to show everyone what it is I can do and blow in this game.
I'd be more than happy to come and watch you spar any of those guys, just to put it out there.
Yeah, anytime, anytime. When I next get a spot like that, you can come down and watch.
I will. I will. You are trained, of course, by Roger Sampson, who is a very skilled fighter in his own right. Just
Yeah,
tell us about him as a trainer, because he doesn't really get the headlines, or he hasn't so far.
Roger Sampson is a really good trainer. He's the best in the game, I say. And when people do see how good he is, I just can't wait for it because he puts a lot of time into all of us. So I respect him a lot, not just him, Gary Wilson, Keith Palmer as well, my other two trainers. So yeah, they all put 110% in, and make sure that I'm fully ready, in and out of the ring.
Now, excuse me, the last time we spoke, you were working as well as your boxing career. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's still the case. Yeah, still working. So until boxing obviously takes off and starts paying, and we'll be able to pay for the mortgage, etc. Working's going to continue. So yeah,
How much of a challenge is that for you in terms of balancing your time?
I'm used to it. Obviously, not working would be a way better for me, so I'd be able to rest and be able to put more time in my training. But I'm so used to it now. Waking up at 5 o'clock to go on a run, going to work, and then training after work as well. It's just what I'm used to. So it's fairly simple.
And you've got a little girl. She must be what, 2 now? How is she getting on?
Yeah, she's doing really well. She's getting the gist of more about me doing boxing as well. So she knows I'm fighting Sunday. So yeah, I can't wait to get the win and come back home, to my daughter.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, how, as you said, you know, she's only 2, but how aware is she? Like, how is she kind of catching on now to what you do for a living?
I shadow box all around the house. Yeah, she'll be doing the odd shadow boxing, copying me. She watches me on YouTube, etc. So yeah, she gets the gist. She knows what I do.
Oh, great stuff. Now, before I let you go, just tell people out there what they can expect to see from you on Super Sunday on Sky Sports.
Fireworks, and I'm looking to make a statement.
Great stuff. And just drop your socials before I let you go.
Yeah, Shakiel Thompson on all my socials: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I'm assuming you'll put that in the description as well, just to know how to spell that.
Now you've said it, I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep me on my toes. I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd just like to say shout out to all my sponsors: GW Price, Gripple, Anbridge, and Globe Watchers. And thank you very much, Danny, for this interview.
Oh, anytime, mate. And we need to get a few more of those sponsors on board, and then you can quit the day job and be a full-time boxer.
Exactly. That's the plan. That's the goal. All in due time.
We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Well, great stuff. And best of luck on Sunday. Look forward to watching you in action.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Danny.
Cheers, mate. Take care.